So this is a ghost story that I found from the last couple of years, and it's the story of a man who worked in a convenience store and who, while closing up, is said to have seen a ghost. A very scary ghost. Okay, so let's go in. So the story started off with, I didn't believe in ghosts at all until this happened. About 2 years ago, I was working part-time at a rural convenience store that closed at 11 p.m. That night, my junior co-worker Sato and I were waiting together. By 10:45, we had already finished our closing tasks, locked the entrance, turned off the lights, and gone into the back room to read manga. We were waiting until 11:30 when we were allowed to clock out, and suddenly, ding dong, the entrance chime rang. I checked the surveillance monitor set up, and we could see a woman with long hair and a white dress was standing outside, but her face was hidden. Sato, someone's there. Go check, he said. He went looking around and came straight back. There's nobody there. No. I saw them on the monitor. But Saito insisted he didn't. He can be the type to deny that he made a mistake, so I simply brushed it off. We reset the monitor cycle, through the cameras again, and kept reading. About 10 minutes later, at 11:15, the monitor switched to the magazine aisle, and the same woman was standing outside the store, looking directly towards the camera, looking at me. It felt like she was watching me. I told Sato. He denied it again. There's no one there, he said. So I took a look. I went to go and check. And then Sato shouted, "Senpai, look at the monitor." The screen switched to the sweet aisle. The woman was standing inside the store, standing perfectly with her back to the camera. We had locked the doors. There was no way she could have entered. About 20 seconds had passed since we checked outside. It was impossible. The phone rang, but it only rang twice. Ring, ring. We froze. When we looked at the monitor, the woman had disappeared. I flipped through every camera until I reached the counter camera. And there she was, standing behind the till, facing away from us. Sato was shaking, so was I. As we tried to decide whether to escape out the back, the monitor switched by itself, and it was a close-up of her face filled the screen. She was expressionless, pale, dead-looking. Her eyes were unbelievably beautiful. It felt like they were pulling in. Saito panicked and bolted for the back door. I tried to stop him, but he was gone. Then, bang, crush, thud. Shelves in the store began collapsing one after another. The sound grew louder and angrier, and it just kept going on and on and on. Then, the phone started to ring again. It rang over and over. I finally picked it up. "Hello?" A distorted voice screamed, "Get out of here!" That was enough for me. We ran out of the store and waited outside in the freezing dark until the manager arrived at 5 a.m. So they must have waited. So this guy would have waited for like 5 hours out in the dark, in the cold, when there's a ghost hanging around. First of all I can say to this Japanese gentleman is the British phrase, "Fuck that, get out of there, you mug." But apparently he stayed around for 5 hours, which what he was doing in the cold for 5 hours, I don't know. That's the mystery. But anyway, back to the story. Inside, the shelves had all fallen over by themselves, but on the security footage, the woman never appeared. The manager, though, believed us and told us to go home. I offered Sato a ride, and he sat silently the whole time. I tried to tell myself to forget anything, and as we pulled out of the parking lot, Sato suddenly stared back at the store. His mouth was wide open. "No way." I turned, and inside the store manager was cleaning up, and right behind him, she was standing there. I floored the accelerator and didn't stop until I got Sato home. That morning I collapsed into bed, terrified, angry and confused, and that was the last time I ever saw the ghost. Pretty terrifying story, I have to say. First of all, the only problem I have with this ghost story is the fact that they said that they locked up at 11:50, 11:30, the ghost started to come around 11:15, and then they waited outside the store for 5 hours. What are you doing for 5 hours when there is a ghost around? I'm sorry, but your first thing should have been, fuck the store, that can burn down, that can do whatever it wants. I frankly don't care. It can set on fire, the ghost can take it can have the store, but I'm getting out of there. And even, Sato, I might even be leaving him behind. I don't know if I'm giving him a ride home. I'd be going, see you later, mate. I'm off.